What's up, everybody? We are back with another episode of Bourbon and Blunts. I'm Jimmy the J.
Slang.
And I'm here with my cousin Tyler. And he was so gracious enough to kind of come on the podcast today and talk to us a little bit. And what's interesting is that very recently, and you were pretty secretive about this, dude. About you and your buddy started a growing business, right?
Correct, yeah. Mostly from his side. He's the master grower and everything, but I'm trying to help out with the financial side and everything.
Okay, so we'll just kind of start. That could be a good jumping off point. Oh, if you haven't already, just before I forget, if you're watching on YouTube, great way to support is smash that like button, get a subscription. Also, you can find us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple iTunes, Google Podcasts, anywhere you listen to any sort of podcast. And how else can people support there?
On Spotify. If you go on Spotify, that is our hosting platform. You can donate monthly. We do have some donators already, anywhere from 99 cents a month to $9.99 a month. But you got to go on Spotify to do that, and just watching the content helps out anyway. So
yeah. So anyways, thank you so much for listening and watching, everybody. So Ty,
real quick before we start, let's give another shout out to Dino.
Oh, yes, that's right.
And to Amy again.
Yes.
Because we got some more gifts.
Yeah. Dino, thank you so much, man. Just, I don't want to, we'll do a little unboxing a little bit later, but sent us a nice box of cigars. Amy also sent us some new whiskey glasses, so really, really appreciate it. It's, a little after.
It's early.
It's early. We're not going to drink today, but we smoked a little bit already.
But he also sent us the Rocky Patel cigar
that's right.
ashtray.
Yeah, I was telling Slang earlier that I was getting tired of ashing things in a freaking candle lid. So,
yeah.
Thank you so much, man, for sending that. Really, really, really appreciate it.
Yeah, so next time we do a live stream or we do this at night, we'll be drinking Amy's whiskey with the glasses and smoking one of Dino's cigars.
Yes. But since it's 8:30 in the morning,
it's coffee time.
It's coffee time. We all got other shit to do today as well. So unless you want some, Ty.
It might be more fun for the rest of the day.
That's true. Just do a shot.
Or maybe not get shit done at all today. So
is there a problem with either?
I don't know. I got my sticker on here. I'm part of the Get Shit Done Club. So I like to keep it that way. At least today, anyway. I got
meme shirts coming, by the way.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You want to divulge that?
What's one? One is
chair bra? Is it chair bra?
Nah, but I'll do that if you want it. But one of them is I'm not gay, I'm just broke. Another one is I do jujitsu, and it's like a Hasidic and like a Shaolin, like a Hasidic Jewish guy in like a Shaolin stance.
I don't get that.
Jiu-jitsu.
Oh, no. Yeah. Okay, now I get it.
What was the other one? It says, "Don't bully me, or I will come."
What is wrong with you? Where'd you get these at?
We found them online, and I'm taking them.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We should start selling them.
I'm gonna put them up.
I'm telling you, put chair bra, Bourbon and Blunts.
Chair bra.
Chair bra. Ty, I would always say like, yeah, chair bra. And do you ever like break down the word? So I wanted a picture that says like, it has like a chair and a bra hanging off it. Yeah. Chair bra.
Chair bra.
I thought that was so cool. I guess not. Anyways.
He loves to laugh at it. He does love to laugh at it.
So Ty, so do you just bought your first house?
Correct.
And congratulations on that, by the way, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
How does it? First off, how does that feel to finally be a homeowner, man?
Feels good not answering to a landlord. If I want to put a nail on the wall for no reason, I could put a nail on the wall. I don't know. It just feels really good to have my own place. And then that 1960s basement is just so beautiful.
Yeah, dude. You got to come over because he only lives right down the road. So you got to come over his house. It literally, you go down his basement, you're like thrown back in time to the 1960s.
Yeah. So we're modernizing the upstairs, and then we're going to keep the downstairs like that because it just looks so cool down there.
That's awesome.
It does. It does look pretty cool.
They have like the wood paneling on the wall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What color is a rug? Is it like a brown rug or green rug or something?
It's multicolored.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What so I was as beginning the podcast, we're talking about your new venture. I guess not relatively new. It's actually probably a couple years in the making right now, dude, right?
Yeah, mostly ran by Jake, but yeah, and then we kind of were trying to figure out legality and stuff like that.
Right. So for everybody that doesn't know, my cousin and his partner, not a homosexual partner, but his business partner. I feel like every time I say partner, that's what people kind
now
of
think. It does.
Yeah. Now
back in the day, it wasn't like
no,
that.
I know. But anyways,
now.
so by the way, gentlemen, happy Pride Month. So his business partner, you guys, what basically what you're doing is you just got your license, right?
Yeah, commercial grower's license.
Commercial grower's license, and you guys are doing seeds, correct?
Yeah, selling seeds. So technically, they could be sold as a novelty item.
Okay.
0% THC.
Right.
So we had plans for selling the seeds to other, I think of the word.
Like growers?
Yeah, other growers, pretty much.
Okay, so basically, what you guys are doing is you just got your license to be a grower yourself. Now, technically, you could grow marijuana, right? If you wanted to.
Yeah, we can't sell the actual what we call the waste,
Right.
which is the actual buds itself.
Right, because you're not licensed to do so.
Correct.
Because I guess in New Jersey, and I'd imagine this is probably everywhere in the country. I'm not sure.
Isn't it true though? You can only grow a certain amount if you don't have a license.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, you're able to. I don't know the exact amount. Maybe 5 plants, but that's probably the wrong number.
I think you're correct. And it might not be quite 5 plants, but I think it might be at least 3.
Yeah, there is a limit,
something like that. But you can't sell it.
No.
Right, but you guys
for personal use.
Right, exactly. But what you guys are doing is essentially you have a license to basically cultivate new strains of marijuana via the seed.
Yeah.
And I guess in the state of New Jersey, the regulation behind that is if you're selling seeds, you're not as regulated as some of the other cultivators and all that sort of stuff and dispensaries.
Because you're not selling finished bud,
you're not selling finished bud, and it's 0% THC, which is kind of like the legality about it.
So it's a bit easier of a road.
Yeah, it's called a novelty item.
Right.
Like it's kind of like selling like I guess like a bowl or something. It's not like
you're selling the shovel to go get the gold.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good analogy, dude. Yeah. So right, that's they do the same thing with like psychedelics. Like you could get spores.
Yeah.
And that's completely legal, right? But technically, you can't. I guess in New Jersey, you're not supposed to. Can't sell, psilocybin mushrooms, but you can sell.
You probably can't sell those anywhere.
No, you can.
Can you?
Yeah,
mushrooms.
I think I'm almost positive in Washington. I think in Washington State, Oregon, I think they're legal. I'm not sure if they're recreational legal yet. Maybe in Colorado. I don't know. I think in one of the states, at least they're legal, or at the very least decriminalized anyway.
Yeah.
But it's the same similar thing to where you can get the spores and buy spores online, doesn't matter, because it's kind of considered like a novelty item.
Yeah. Another interesting thing that people were doing, though, before we had all the dispensaries and everything, technically you're able to give people bud. Weed,
okay.
But they were like doing that online, but you donate to them and they would gift you.
Right.
So people were getting around it by giving it out as donations.
Yes, dude. This is what I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I was saying like open up like a freaking storefront.
Yeah.
People buy, a shirt.
Stick of gum or something.
Yeah, stick of gum for $20.
Yeah.
Right, because they're giving. It's the gift. They're buying the gum, but you're gifting them the weed.
We need to do something like that. This is so interesting.
I did look into this recently. I'm pretty sure New Jersey is cracking down on those types of loopholes. I don't know, but I still think some of that's available.
A lot of those people were selling like shirts, and it was like a design based off of the strain.
Oh, okay.
And then they were gifting. I think that was mostly on the seed side of things.
Okay.
But they might have been doing the bud side of things. I'm not too sure.
Gotcha, buddy.
Well, if you ever need shirts.
Oh, that's true. So that's what Slang does that's his business.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. So
printing.
it does all screen printing. So
that's how I met this guy.
Yeah. Wow. I was doing all my clothing stuff. It was like love at first sight, me and this guy. Wasn't it, buddy?
It's because I'm charming.
You are charming. So Ty, what made you go down this path? I think it was probably, I would imagine it's probably Jake that kind of pulled you down this path a little bit.
Yeah, it was definitely more Jake.
But what made you like kind of trip in your mind to where like, oh yeah, this is a viable option for us in the future and a good way to potentially, not only do something really cool, but also put some great strains out there in the world.
Yeah, I mean, it mainly started with Jake's passion for that. And I believe in like people who are more passionate about something.
Yeah.
He's like my really close friend. So I believe more in people. So I believe that he'll be able to get this thing going, and I could bring my assets into there. Like for my personal job, I'm trained to become a controller of a commercial real estate company. So I handle a lot of the financial side of everything.
Right.
So I figured I believed in him. We smoked weed since like all through high school and everything.
Don't tell your mom that, dude.
Yeah, I just started today. But yeah, I mean, I just more believed in him and his mission, and he was a Marine, and he really wanted to give back to the Marines.
Yeah.
I think that wasn't something that was mentioned yet, but a certain percentage of the profits is going to go to like Marine recovery.
Yeah.
Kind of funds and stuff like that.
When I came over your house the one time, he told me a story, and you might be able to hammer out some of the details, but he was a Marine.
Yeah.
And he kind of got fucked up. I don't know physically. I'm not sure. To me, it didn't seem physically, but more mentally when he was overseas.
Yeah, he never got overseas.
So he didn't.
He ended up having a heart condition. He
okay.
taken out. But yeah, he did get fucked up mentally a little bit. I don't know if I can. Well, he tells me comfortably. He tells friends comfortably.
Yeah, we don't have to get into all the details. That's fine. But and then also, I think some of his buddies that he served with, they were also dealing with a lot of mental issues, and I think some of them didn't they commit suicide, dude?
Yeah, there was a few.
Yeah,
and then and a lot of them deal with chronic pain issues as well.
Right, and now with Jake, he, going to the base. If I remember correctly, going to the VA, they always want to give you, painkillers, all this sort of shit, and then he kind of discovered marijuana.
Yeah.
And how that really affected him in a completely different way than some of these other, medications that the government was giving him or the VA was giving him.
Yeah.
And marijuana really helped, I guess, a lot of his anxiety and depression and whatever else he was dealing with, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, he got even before the Marines, he had substance issues and stuff like that. So he actually went in the Marines to get away from that stuff. So when he came out, he didn't want to get into those type of things. He didn't want to get into all the pills and everything that the VA gives you. Right. And I think it started more as a passion thing. He's been smoking weed forever. It's helped him with a lot of issues. He decided he wanted to start cultivating strains for these Marines, people with chronic pain issues, and people with some mental issues as well. Right. Coming out of the Marines.
Yeah. So, and that's a very noble thing. And that's kind of led him down this path of. I mean, when he was talking to me about what you guys got going on. Yeah. I mean, the best way I describe it, he was like an autistic savant when it came to marijuana. Oh yeah. 100%. I mean, dude, it's like this guy, and he's in his mid-20s. Yeah. Right. It's not like he's been
me, or in the same age.
Yeah. Because you guys went to high school together, right?
Yeah. We're in the same high school.
So, I mean, it's not like this guy's 50 years old. No. Been doing this shit forever. Dude, he was like a wizard.
How did he start? How did he figure this stuff out? He just tried it?
So, yeah, he started with his first plants, and he really did a lot of research. I kind of compare it to, I used to build computers and everything, and I would get, I could tell probably what he went through. I would just get autistically, searching videos, and I just became, obsessed with it when I was, really young, and then all of a sudden I remember I built my first computer, years after studying that stuff, and was able to put it all together without looking anything up. But I just know what he went through. He said he pretty much was autistically going through videos. He joined a bunch of the Discords of a bunch of growers. Apparently it's a very supportive community. So he'd send them updates and they would give him feedback, things he needs to try, stuff like that, different chemicals, all that type of stuff. So yeah, I think it was mostly probably YouTube videos and Discord servers with big growers.
YouTube, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I tell this people all the time. My mechanical skills and my carpentry skills have dramatically improved because of YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube is the number 2 search platform in the world, only behind Google, which owns YouTube anyway.
Right. Yeah. So you can learn anything.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes down this path, and essentially what I'm gathering is that he is looking to create basically a new strain.
Yeah.
And then you guys sell the seeds essentially to growers who then grow the bud, who are legally licensed to grow the bud, and then they sell it to distributors.
What's the name of the company?
It's Ammo Can Genetics.
All right. Is there a website or anything?
we just started a Discord server, and then I don't think there's a website yet, but the LLC's established. And
Send me the Discord link and we'll put it up on the YouTube video.
Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'll definitely do that.
You say it's Ammo Can Genetics?
Yeah, McCann Genetics.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and it's crazy. Like when he was showing me like some of the strains that he was working on, and or I guess he just messing around with, like you could tell the quality.
Oh, he spent a lot of money on those seeds.
Oh, you could, and it showed, man, because the product
So
itself.
you've tried them then? You've made the seeds and then grown it into the bud and tried it?
Oh yeah. We tried it. He's tried it.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's better than anything I got from like any medical facility. It's like
Yeah. Oh, Slant, I'm telling you, dude, it's legit. And some of what was the one strain? It was like banana cook. I know we tried banana cookies, I think was the one. There was another one. It was like, it was Tropicana cookies.
Tropicana cookies, yeah. It's funny because I know like he always mentions like the individual strains that made it, like the Candy Pave and I can't think of all the names off the top of my head. It's early, but
It's right. Then that's basically how the names come about. Is just all these strains come together, and you know Tropicana cookies with I don't fucking know. Velvet crumble.
I love the names of weed, man.
Oh, I know, dude. It's like the names of nail polish. I
don't know anything about that.
Oh, dude, I told Skylar, I was like, that's what I want to do in my next life is be the guy who names all the nail polishes.
Name anything. Yeah.
But yeah, you could definitely tell. So like when we were sampling some of that, like you could literally taste the citrus.
Yeah.
In this particular strain, you could taste that. Like, oh, I can see how it got its name, Tropicana cookies, because it had a citrusy note on the front end, and then kind of like a chocolatey cookie taste on the back end. Yeah. You know, so I'm like, oh shit, like this is legit. And then for somebody to be able to do that and basically breed plants together and cultivate a certain seed that is dependable and reliable to produce the same similar effects on the individual that has the same smell, the same taste, like it's pretty damn impressive, man.
Yeah, I usually can't smell the difference in weeds and stuff like that. My nose is pretty beat up. I think you said your nose is pretty beat up. Maybe it's a genetic thing.
It could be, dude.
But I open the jar and you just smell like oranges in there.
Yeah.
Like, and that one specific strain, it's just like it just hits your nose.
Yeah. So now what's the next step for you guys? So you guys you're licensed now. You're starting to cultivate these different strains. And what's the next step for that you see?
Well, the next thing we're working on, we're trying to figure out which strains we're going to breed together and then eventually clone. I mean, it's probably going to take a little bit of time.
Right.
But,
How long, sorry to cut you off. How long from like start to finish does it take to make a seed?
Make the seed or for like the next seed?
Yeah.
It depends. It's when they get into the actual budding process. So you're going to need a male and a female. And when they're actually budding, which is usually, I guess, it's usually around 2-3 months.
It's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But there's going to be a lot of testing in between, like figuring out which ones you want to clone and then breed again. Because, like he said, you definitely need to have him on this podcast because he's got like the scientifics of everything.
Dude, I'm a savant.
Bring him on.
Yeah. I love to talk to Jake.
Yeah, he explains it very well too. But like just different like genetic profiles. Like you can have one plant that's a lot different. Like it genetically leans more towards the mother side than the father side and stuff like that. And
so get him on. We'll do it at night so we can drink and
all right, that'd be good.
Some of those cigars.
We'll have all four of us on. That'd be good. Yeah. The what I was going to say, to that point. So I forget what he called it, but he gave me two just to try. He gave me, it was like the Tropicana cookies. One was the father heavy, and one was the mother heavy. And the slight difference of effects, the slight difference of aroma, taste, all that sort of stuff between. I mean, it's the same, basically the same species, I guess, but it's just one had more characteristics of the male versus the female.
Yeah, crazy. And just that difference changes the taste, right?
And even the effects that it gives you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It really is crazy, dude. So what's this testing like? Do you guys genetically test these seeds to determine whether it's male, female, to
So you have a lab?
No, we don't have a
I can see them in like the white jackets, like under a microscope.
No, it's not that not like that. Not just yet. Maybe one day we'll get like that. But do you guys like send out your seeds to get tested?
No, I mean, we're not at a point like that right now. It'd be like anything testing wise would be more towards the finished product.
Okay.
When we actually figure out what strain he's going to do. I mean, Jake is really good with that stuff, so he's going to keep finding the one that he finds best, and that's going to be the first strain for Amocan Genetics. So we see one that seems to be doing really good and he likes.
Yeah.
But we got to see when it's fully bloomed and everything.
Right. Huh. So basically you guys are just sampling, tasting, trying, and just kind of see what you really, really like and what you don't like.
Yeah, it's more sampling, see what the effects are. I mean, yeah, it's going to be more testing like that. I mean, there's no money. It costs a lot of money to do a lot of the physical testing and everything like that. So it's more testing the effects of everything. So, like, just from actually smoking.
Right. So now when do you think you guys are going to, I mean, I think you guys have already kind of started. I could be wrong, but really starting to, is it going to be once you get a strain that you like, is that when you're going to really start selling the seeds?
Yeah, more towards that. So yeah, when we figure out what strain we like, we're gonna have to let it bud, and then let it start seeding. So yeah, I mean, it could take anywhere from, we could find the perfect one in 3 months,
right?
Or it might take a year,
right?
I mean, you gotta see.
And you guys are, I mean, it's really, there's no other companies really doing this on the East Coast, correct?
On the East Coast, I'm not too sure. There probably are other growers that sell the seeds. There's a lot of people that sell seeds.
Okay,
it's more Cali leaning though.
Right. So
like a lot of the strains came from Cali. Yeah, get the seeds for.
So you guys are pretty much on the ground level here on the East Coast.
Yeah, it's a budding industry. Budding
industry. Yeah.
But
pun intended.
Intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, and I do remember Jake's telling me this, like, you know, being able, because you're more on the forefront here on the East Coast, you're able to take your time a little bit more and really produce quality strains that you're proud of.
And he wants quality products. I mean, these serve a purpose. They're trying to be good for people who have PTSD from the military, Marines, from everybody over there, and people who have chronic pain issues.
Yeah.
I know I'm looking forward to it too, because I'm stuck with chronic pain issues too. So
right. Well, you're kind of lucky though. You get you get the sample.
Yeah, I got
the tester.
I got my doctor in my house.
Yeah, exactly, dude. And do you find, you already said like some of these strains are better quality than you would even get from a dispensary?
All of them were. I mean, it was just crazy the difference in effects. Now I smoke a lot more because the guy I live with smokes a lot more. I used to only really do one hitters, but when I would want to get like a lot more high, get high off of them, and then like, I don't know, I just noticed the quality's a lot better, the anxiety's a lot lower from the high, and stuff like that. So
So do you guys ever see yourself eventually becoming licensed as an actual like grower, not with the seeds, but actually the bud itself, and then selling the bud? Because I feel like there's a,
it's probably the perfect transition.
I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine it probably could be a good transition, because this is something that just popped in my head. What it seems like a lot of these big dispensaries is they probably lose quality control over time because they're doing things that are mass produced. Yeah. Right. And after a while, I'd imagine when a company gets too big, it starts losing the quality that it started with. Mm-hmm. You guys are small. You're starting out, and you want to produce these quality seeds. And you can sell these seeds for a hell of a lot more, you know, because you can sell, I mean, what's a pack of seeds? Was it 4 to 6?
I don't even know the prices.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, like, when you sell,
the seeds are usually come in 6.
Yeah, okay, so
how many plants can you grow from 6 seeds? Is it 6 plants?
6 plants.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Yeah, but each plant could produce, you know, 1 pound, 2 pounds of bud. Yes. Essentially.
So you can, kind of how Jake described it to me, you could just grow a plant straight up and just let it grow straight up, or there's, I forget the actual term for it, but you can break the branches, and then it makes more,
like a bush
out of one plant. Yeah, more like a bush. So then it's, instead of one stem coming out, there's 2 stems or there's 4 stems.
Right.
So it depends all how you want to grow it, and you can either grow over you could get like your buds going after like 2 months, or you can get them going after 3 or 4 months, but it's going to be a lot more. Like, there's like a lot that you can do with the seeds.
Okay. Do you see yourself eventually? So there's a lot more you can do with the seeds, and I think that's why you're going with that. Plus, a lot less regulation. But as you guys grow and get bigger, because of that maybe quality control aspect, do you ever foresee yourself potentially getting another license to actually grow the bud and distribute it? This way you can monitor and keep the control very tight and the quality very tight. Because something that Jake was telling me was that some of his friends, people he's interacted with, they like a certain strain, but A, they can't find it in certain dispensaries, and or B, it's never consistent.
Yeah.
And I can see maybe you guys potentially going down that path as you grow to keep the quality and consistency in check. Do you foresee that as well, or you're not sure yet?
Yeah, I don't know. Jake's talked about specifically the medical side of things.
Okay.
I think that's how he wants to be more leaning towards. But, I mean, we'll see down the road. I mean, we're more focused on the actual strains and selling the seeds at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I guess I'm projecting.
You gotta start
things.
somewhere.
Yeah, you got to start somewhere, right? And how long has this process been for you guys to get to this point?
Jake's been growing for like only really a year.
Okay.
And he's producing what he's producing. So, I mean, I'm sure he wants to get like a little bit more experience in growing before we get our first final seed.
Yeah.
But only really like a year. Started with 3 plants, I believe.
Okay. And how long was the process to get your license?
He handled that side of things. I mean, within that year, he got it.
Got the license.
The LLC was established probably a couple months ago too.
Okay. Damn. How much was that license then?
I got to figure out from him.
Yeah, because I looked into this just out of curiosity to see what some of those licenses are. Like, I think some of it was pretty, like, to be to actually grow the bud, to be legally, to be able to distribute it to
It's probably expensive.
dispensaries. Yeah, it wasn't cheap, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't cheap. How many growers are around here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I
know there's some. I know there's some around here,
Yeah,
but I don't know where they're getting their seeds from.
Yeah, and are they like bigger growers, like big like actual facilities?
That I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what a big facility would look like, but I'm not 100% sure with that. That's really cool, man. Yeah, I think you guys definitely got something going just from sampling some of the strains you guys have. It was, I've smoked weed from Colorado, California, and like the stuff you guys have was pretty freaking good, man.
It's crazy.
It really is. Yeah. Like, I'm no marijuana snob, but I'm like, shit. Like, I don't want to smoke anything else now. To be honest.
Yeah, I think that's the difference between when something becomes mass produced and when something is getting individual love and care to it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can focus more on the quality of each plant.
Exactly.
Or you might have some inconsistencies from like the bigger brands and stuff like that between each plant.
Yeah, I wonder if you guys could get to a point where you're cultivating like niche type strains to where it's like small batch type things.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually excited too because Jake's going to give me some seeds so I can start figuring out all this stuff for myself. Like I'm helping a little bit with maintenance, but nothing crazy. I don't want to mess with his process, but I'm gonna start learning as well. I mean, if eventually down the road it grows and then they can get individual training from Jake or something, then maybe we can get more going out.
Yeah, well, that's right. So, I mean, right now you're doing the financial aspect of things.
Yeah,
and your background is in accounting.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes sense for you. But it would be nice for you to learn. Maybe you don't have to be autistic about it, but
it helps.
It definitely freaking helps for sure, right? But to be able to learn what the hell's going on,
it doesn't matter anyway. If you have passion for it, like you seem to have, you're gonna throw everything into it anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
When I have passion for something, I get the autism.
It's natural.
Obsessed. No, I get it, man. So, where do you guys see yourself? Like, where do you see this going? I mean, obviously, you're pretty optimistic about it. Where do you see this going? Let's just say within 5 years. I know you're an individual that you're one of the smartest people I know. You have a great head on your shoulders. And I know you've thought about where this could go in the future.
Yeah.
What do you foresee?
I mean, like the thing is, I have no idea where it can go, but I just like the seed aspect of selling and everything. I mean, I don't really have a desire to become like super wealthy or anything like that. I don't know. I'm really just following Jake's lead and doing whatever I need to do to help him out for getting that company going. So wherever he wants to take it.
Gotcha, buddy. Okay.
It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, that's really, really cool. The where do you see? Do you guys still think like you're on the ground level when it comes to marijuana federally? Because it's still federally illegal.
Yeah.
More and more states. I think it was not Wisconsin. It might have been Michigan that just passed.
State though, just for the state, legal for the state.
I'm just saying overall, just from the America standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you see you guys? You guys think you're? So the elevator ride goes all the way up.
Yeah.
And where do you think you're at as far as getting into this type of industry in America as a whole? Because now we have almost half the United States is either recreational or medical. Mm-hmm. You still have the other half of the United States that's going to be catching on, I would imagine, at some point. Where do you guys see yourself as far as like, yeah, we got in at a good time, we got in a little bit too late? What do you think?
I don't think we got in too late specifically for the state of New Jersey.
Okay.
East Coast, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I would say probably there was definitely a lot more people before us, but I would say middle of the elevator for there. But compared to the whole United States, especially with Cali and how like far ahead they are,
right,
we'd be at the bottom of the elevator.
There's
still always time for us to go up floors. So.
Right.
And there's enough for everyone. There's always enough for everyone.
There's still so much illegal weed being sold.
Oh yeah.
I know, what the hell was that? I think the guy wrote a book about it, actually, but he was essentially a game warden in California, and there's still illegal grow operations from Mexican drug cartels in public land in California that's being cultivated and then distributed here in the United States, right? And then, like, what are those plants being sprayed with? There's no quality control, all that sort of stuff, right? So, I do think the market is still ripe for, I guess, new strains and
it's still early. The whole thing is still early. It's not federally legal yet. So.
No, right, and that's I'm looking forward to that time because I feel like marijuana as a whole is still pretty damn expensive. If you go to a dispensary, especially here in New Jersey, like I think the mid shelf weed is just as expensive as like the top shelf weed in Colorado.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, man, like
that's Jersey, man.
It sucks. And I can understand why people still get their weed illegally because it's a hell of a lot cheaper. But you don't know where that came from.
Just grow your own now.
Well, you can grow your own now, right? But how many people are actually doing it? I mean, shit. How many people have gardens in their backyard to grow fucking tomatoes? Not too many. Yeah. Comparatively, right? We have over 9 million people in this state. I can guarantee, less than 10% are growing their own food in their backyard. So how many of those do you think are? I bet you a little bit more are growing marijuana
than food. Probably.
But what you guys have going on is a very specific, controlled setting. I've grown marijuana in my backyard and shit. Like, it's outside versus inside is a hell of a lot different.
Oh yeah.
When you have people that are medically, I don't want to say dependent, but use this as a supplement to help them, whether it's for their physical or mental well-being. Insurance is not covering this that I know of, right? Insurance, I don't think insurance covers this. So
I tried to use my medical debit card. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. No, right. So you have all these, it's expensive, right? And people are using this as, to enhance their life, right? So I think imagine one day when all this is federally legal, I would hope that the price and the cost could potentially go down.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Which, by the way, I think they're gonna federally legalize it. It's making them so much money in tax
Oh,
dollars.
for sure, right?
There's incentive.
And I guess that's the other thing. Like, I mean, look, if it helps overall society from a financial standpoint,
Which it does.
I think it does too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily mind spending a little bit more, but
It's gonna happen. It's safer than alcohol, and alcohol's been legal forever.
yeah, well, that's, I mean, we've talked about this before. When
Yeah.
you criminalize anything, it props up other nefarious organizations, and when you compare the two between marijuana and alcohol, right? I mean, statistically, marijuana is definitely a hell of a lot safer than alcohol. What made you? Because you always, in my mind, we're kind of like more of a straight-laced kind of guy. You got your college degree, you're an accountant. When people think of that, they think of definitely like a white-collar, ultra-conservative, put-together kind of individual. But your partner's in a marijuana grow operation.
Yeah.
Where did that shift in your brain happen from? Well, I'm a regular 9 to 5 white collar worker, but I also I'm smoking weed in the basement in the 1960s era. You know what I mean? Like what made I feel like those two aren't necessarily compatible with each other. So have you talked to anybody in your industry in your regular job about what you do as a side hustle?
No, I do not. I do not talk about it at all. I say I smell like everybody's cool at my company.
Right.
Like they're cool with me, like smoking weed. I just told my boss when I got my medical card and everything.
Oh,
So
okay,
they're
okay.
all cool with it and everything.
Right.
But I've never really talked about it at work or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you always need a financial guy for any business, pretty much. And it's a new budding industry. There's holes in the industry, so
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a good
So
path for.
So you didn't have any qualms about doing this, considering your job and all that sort of stuff.
It's legal.
Yeah, that's true. Right.
Yeah,
That's,
we keep saying that.
I know,
It
man.
doesn't,
I always feel this like
when we talk about like smoking on the podcast or something, and we're just like, it's legal. It doesn't matter.
we're not doing anything wrong. What's the difference if we're drinking on the
It's the
podcast?
stigma we have from
That's the truth, man. For
growing up
years.
with it just being illegal. Yeah.
Years.
Well, I even said before this, I'm like, are the downstairs people going to be cool with you?
It doesn't matter if they are. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
It still feels like
Like you're doing something wrong.
but
Yeah.
you're not, and it's been legalized for a little bit now. How long has it been legalized in the state? It's been
in Jersey.
decriminalized
In Jersey, I think it was 2022.
It hasn't been long in Jersey.
It hasn't been long in Jersey. When it comes to other states, I think Colorado, they
Recreational hasn't been
Recreational.
long in Jersey.
no, but I think in like California, Colorado, I think it was like I don't know, I want to say the 90s, late 90s, something like that. I could be wrong with that, but I know it was a hell of a lot long time ago.
The 90s, that's like 30 years ago, man.
Shit, that is.
Yeah.
I could be wrong with the 90s.
Yeah, it's got to
but
be in the 2000s.
maybe it is. I don't know,
Yeah.
but shit, that's still. Well, even if it was the early 2000s,
You were like 3 years old, man.
Well, it depends on when the 90. Well,
Early
1990, I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
Born in 87. Damn,
1990, I graduated high school.
fucking old. He's an old bastard.
Yeah. In 1996, I was born.
That's awesome, man. So, but I feel like with a lot of white collar jobs, there's a lot of drug use that goes on anyway. Did you ever see The Wolf of Wall Street?
Of course.
It's
You're talking about different drugs.
Yeah, they're
though.
doing like
Yeah.
hard drugs. They're
Yeah.
doing like cocaine and heroin and freaking pills and shit like that. Have you ever experienced any of that in your line of work, dude? With some of the higher professionals, quote unquote.
What do you mean, like
doing
like harder
like
drug-
a cocaine, like somebody doing cocaine at work.
yeah.
No, you can never tell that. I mean, yeah, it never seemed like that in my industry. We're more boring accountants,
I got you, buddy.
If anything, people might smoke weed before, just to be able to sit in front of the computer that long.
Yeah.
It's not accounting's not high energy like the Wolf of Wall Street.
Right, that's
Yeah,
true. Right. You're
yeah.
getting fucking all jacked
Traders.
up. Yeah, right. Do you find that marijuana helps you with your job?
I don't smoke before work. I'm sure there's some people that do, but I like it after work.
Yeah, okay.
I don't like smoking weed until I get everything done for the day.
Do you feel that it helps you focus, or it helps you relax, or you want to fall asleep? How does it make you feel?
I prefer more of the high energy
Okay.
Like weed, like sativas.
Yeah, it's gonna be
hybrid sativa.
depending on what you smoke. It's gonna change how you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I have some weed here that puts me right to bed, and then I have some other weed where I just want to go work out or something.
Right.
Yeah.
You prefer working out high.
I love it.
Yeah. I can't.
Love
I
it.
have.
Because doing anything high it lets me focus.
You know what I love doing high? Painting. If I have to paint something, I fucking hate painting. I hate to paint.
I like the clean high too.
Okay, I could. Right. So, okay, so things that you hate doing.
Yeah, that suck.
Yeah.
Because then
Dude,
you don't mind it.
No, dude, I'll tell you what. A little high, I had to paint something. I'm like, woo, this is fucking great. It's like an adventure now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd call it an adventure.
Yeah, it's an
but-
adventure. You know what else is really fun high? Freaking food shopping.
Anything, doing anything high is fun, dude. Like just pick. All right, tell me something that's not fun high.
When I actually have to do,
Like bartending probably wouldn't be fun high.
probably not, because I'm not good enough yet to where it's automatic for
Yeah,
me.
once it's automatic though, that's a different story.
It probably would be fun.
Yeah.
Like I only smoked a little bit, right? You know, just a little while ago. So I feel I'm not really high. I could feel it.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not.
You got a
know,
little tingle.
You got a little tingle. That's a good way to put it, right? So I'm completely fine and functional. But if I smoked a little bit too much, I'm like, shit. I'd be wandering around the freaking supermarket, not knowing where I'm
That's
at.
when you don't get anything done. You're at the
Nothing
supermarket
gets
for
done.
like 7 hours.
Ah, dude,
Yeah.
forever. That's what I hated about working out high. Because
Or you ride a bike and you hit a garbage can and you just, you know.
I wasn't high doing that, dude.
Maybe you should have been.
I should have been. Did I tell you when I freaking wrecked on my mountain bike?
No.
Oh shit! So Skylar and I we were training for our adventure race, right?
Princess.
My princess and I. We were training for our adventure race, and my head was down, and we were on the street. And we were pedaling uphill. My head was down, and I was like kind of in my thoughts a little bit. Dude, this fucking trash can came out of nowhere.
No, it didn't. No, it
Nowhere. Dude, I saw this trash can. It was closer to me than it is to you right now.
Yeah.
Like freaking, I'm 2 feet away from it. And fucking, I drilled this thing. And this trash can was full because it didn't budge. It didn't fucking budge. Dude, I hit this thing, went right over top my handlebars.
Oh my God.
Fucking landed, like, literally square on top of my shoulder, man. Oh, the pain.
Did you get an injury from it or?
I was hurting.
Yeah.
My freaking shoulder was swollen. I don't think I tore anything or broke anything in there. I mean, it still kind of bothers me a little bit, but it's almost back to 100%. This was a few weeks ago. Fucking trash can.
Blame it on the trash
It
can.
was a trash
That's
can,
right.
dude. I don't want to mess with that again.
Speaking of high activities, just the other day, so me and Jake smoked a bunch of weed, and I said before, I want to do some pad work, like boxing wise and
Right.
everything. I could not remember a single combination. He had in front of me. Like, there's usually a nice pop to every time you hit the pad. Me and
Yeah.
him were both out of sync. You know, it was just
Yeah.
that.
Probably still fun though, wasn't it?
It was fun, but then I don't know why I started bouncing on my toes a little too much, and my calves were killing me. And it was just like, I'm like, I was done after like 20 minutes. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's. If I have to do anything that I really have to think, use my brain for, and or do a lot of physical, like heavy physical stuff.
Physical stuff I don't mind, but thinking I would hate to think.
Yeah, because I think uniquely when I'm high, in like a different pattern, so to speak. But when it comes to like sequential order thinking of like let's say I'm doing like a carpentry project, it's not always the best for me when I have to like think sequentially about a project.
See, I would think doing with like woodworking would be fun high.
It's fun, but if I know there's a system to certain things and I'm trying to pump out something real quick, it's hard because my brain's not thinking sequentially. It's thinking in a little bit more of an abstract pattern.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a little bit more all over the place, which is cool when you're thinking of abstract ideas, or little thought experiments with things when you're just sitting around doing nothing. But when I'm trying to pump out, a project using table saws and freaking, miter saws, I'm like, well, shit, this might not be the best thing to be, super high doing. At least for me, anyway.
I love printing T-shirts high.
Oh, dude, your line of work, I could
Yeah,
easily get you put your headphones in and
Yeah,
just
I
fucking
just chill, man. And
Yeah.
it's second nature to me because I've been doing it for so long.
Right,
Like, so I
exactly.
there's nothing to think about. Let's just go.
exactly.
Yeah, me and Jake were talking about doing like just building a bunch of like tables and side tables and stuff like that. Just getting high and doing that some weekends and just selling them at the flea market.
Dude, it's the best, man. It's so much fun. If you love creating something, making something.
Yeah.
Like woodworking is so much fun, dude. I
I'm
love
high
it.
all the time in my videos. for
Yeah,
YouTube.
right. I can tell.
Yeah.
Because you're actually smiling.
Even if I'm not, well, not these videos for for the tech channel.
Yeah.
But even if I'm not, they think I am. You know how many comments I get? Like, oh, this
Well,
dude's high.
You know what's so funny? When Skylar first met you, she was like, "Is Jeff high?" I was like,
At the shop?
"Yeah." And I'm like,
I mean, I could have been.
Probably.
Yeah, I probably
I'm like,
was.
but I'm pretty sure that's how he always looks.
I always look like this, dude. Always. Somebody told me the other day, you look like you're sleeping, dude. Wake the fuck up. This is just my face.
That's so funny. So what is your mom has to know about this?
Oh yeah, she.
Oh,
knows.
okay,
Yeah,
because
she's been to my house. She's
Right, I know, because like she's never mentioned it once to me.
Oh yeah,
Because you know how your
we
mom
keep
is.
it under wraps.
Okay, well,
With
usually,
family members wise and stuff like that.
yeah, but usually she's very.
You have to let on that you know.
What's that?
You have to let on that you know.
I know, but I don't know why she would even keep it from me, considering like I get her high. I freaking Thanksgiving, dude. Oh, the one Thanksgiving I brought a.
Wait, is this you talking about not who?
No, I'm
your-
talking.
your
I'm
mom.
talking about my
not
aunt.
not my girl.
No. I'm talking about my aunt, Ty's mom. The one freaking Thanksgiving, I think she freaking passed out, sound asleep. I don't know if I gave her a chocolate or a brownie or whatever the hell it was.
Did you make the edible though? That's
Yes.
the fucking problem.
Yes.
Because you gave me an edible too, and that shit had me drooling on the couch for like 24 hours. I stopped eating edibles because of
Yeah, well, those were from straight bud that I made the edible, which
the
are
strongest fucking thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
they're super strong. Some of the other edibles I make from the trimmings, they're a lot weaker because the trimmings don't have as much of the THC as the straight bud itself. So yeah, what I gave you was
That
straight
shit,
bud
yeah.
brownies.
I mean, I did have the cookies from downstairs before too.
They were mild. Those cookies,
Yeah,
they were
they were delicious.
They tasted fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I gave your mom one of those chocolates. She freaking passed out. So
Yeah, you gave me the worst car ride home ever. My mom was having anxiety. My dad was driving. And she was backseat driving the entire time, and every time he was going slightly over the speed limit, she was freaking out.
No, don't you go too fast. You go too fast. Dude, that's so funny. Oh my God, I'll never forget. So me, Skylar, and two of our other friends, we love getting high and then going out to dinner and all that sort of stuff. So Alyssa's a very good driver, especially if she's very, very normal. And we're in the back seat and we're like, oh, you better slow down. I'm going 45 miles an hour, guys. It feels like you're going 100. And it really does. Like if you're in the back seat freaking stoned, it really feels like you're going like 100 miles an hour. But
See, I don't feel that ever when I never get anxiety when I'm high.
No?
Ever. Like I'm always just laid back. I don't remember ever getting anxiety. High.
Really?
Ever in my life. Not once.
I remember one of the first times I ever got high, I was at a Grateful Dead concert. And I thought I was going to have a heart attack. I had one of our friends there. This was before Jersey was recreational. One of our friends had a medical card, so he brought his pipe and he has medical weed. Now I never smoked medical weed before, right? So I wasn't sure. This might be my third or fourth time ever smoking, and so I was always used to just smoking, shit that my neighbors grew around the place. So it was super mild and not monitored or anything like that for strength. And so I freaking take this puff of this medical weed and holy shit. My heart felt like it was about to pound out of my chest. I was like, I forgot how to breathe. I can't breathe. This guy was like, just sit down. You're not going to die. You're okay. And then after that, after 10 minutes of my panic attack, I had the best freaking time of my life.
The worst position to be in when you're high is being the person that has to calm down the other person that's having a panic attack while they're high.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Scott was a professional. I wasn't at the time. So I was freaking having a heart attack.
Does Skylar's mom smoke?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Dude, she's fucking hippie.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're right from the 60s, dude. Hell yeah. Yeah. She's funny when she gets high.
Is she?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love getting her high. And so we start having these conversations. She's hilarious.
Nice.
She is hilarious. What was another time? Dude, another time. I think I might have told you about this. One of the first, again, very new into the marijuana scene. was at a concert, and a friend of ours brought a gummy bear, and it was a 250 milligram, one gummy bear, 250 milligrams. It was like in a box. It looked like a fucking spark plug. So now I had no clue about this. Was like really one of my first edible experiences. So I had no clue about like dosage or anything like that. So Skylar and her friend had an ear of the gummy bear, and my buddy and I, each had the other. He had the other half. I had a half. So I probably had, I don't know, probably about 100 to 125 milligrams.
A third of it, maybe.
Yeah. You want to talk about hallucinating? I thought I was a fucking photographer in Time magazine taking pictures with my eyeballs. Every time I blinked my eyes, it took a freaking picture.
You heard the shutter sound when you blinked your eyes?
Dude, I thought I was going to shit myself. I couldn't move. It felt like there was turds coming out my butthole.
Nice.
And I never want to be in that situation again, especially at a concert because...
You were turtle poking?
No, I wasn't, though. That's the thing. But just my body just felt like it was. I couldn't even fucking stand up straight. I had to use the chair as a crutch to get into the damn concert venue. Never want to be in that situation. I remember sitting there thinking, like, if something went down right now, I'd be fucked.
You wouldn't care because you were so high.
I couldn't do anything, though. Yeah. But see, deep down inside, I did care because I was with Skylar. These are people that I love.
You would snap out of it if something
I don't know, man, if I was going to be able to snap out of it. I slept the whole concert. I'm not exaggerating. I popped that chair down and I slept the entire time, the entire concert.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, Ty, I'm super excited for you guys, man.
Yeah, good luck, man.
I think, it really seems what you guys have going on there is going to be something pretty special.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited for you, buddy.
Yeah, and definitely have Jake on you said you're gonna have me and Jake.
Have both of you. You gotta have both of you back.
Yeah. We want to have you back on any evening time. This way, we'll drink a little bit. We'll get pretty high, and we'll bullshit a little bit more about this. But this was a good preliminary, and I was excited to talk to you a little bit about this, buddy.
So, and tell them the name one more time of the Discord.
The Discord, it's Ammo Can Genetics Discord. I think you need a specific link to get into the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, send it to me and I'll put it on the video.
Ammo Can Genetics.
Yep.
And where else can everybody find you, buddy?
You can find me on rumble.com/DLD live, but it's more goofy things, nothing serious.
Okay, that's all right. You say you do the gaming on there.
Yeah, I do live streaming. Someone one day gave me a webcam and just said I should start streaming, and I just kept doing it. I'm like, if I'm going to play video games, I'm not going to waste my time playing video games. You're going to
try and make some use out of it.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. And you can find me on Twitter at Jimmy the J. You can also find us on Instagram at Bourbon and Blunts. Slang, where can everybody find you at, buddy?
Bourbon and Blunts is also on YouTube, so at Bourbon and Blunts, at Bourbon and Blunts on Twitter, at digital_slang on Twitter, Instagram, and digital slang on YouTube, where I'm dropping tech videos weekly. And that's it.
Yeah. And if you want to support, please drop a comment, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this with your friends. Also, if you would like to support, we have a donation base on Spotify. You can find a link on there at Bourbon and Blunts.
Which we do have some donators, and we will be giving shout outs to each of them.
Yes.
I mean, 2 of them are us.
Yeah. Well, we got to support our own thing, man.
We do.
So,
but that's it, man.
Yeah. Otherwise, thank you so much, everybody, for listening and watching. Really appreciate you. And Tyler, thank you so much, man.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Bye, everybody.
Peace.